So in this video we're going to be replacing the AC compressor on this 2017 Nissan Maxima. Ignore all this. We're also going to be replacing the condenser, the expansion valve, and flushing the lines. If your compressor went out and it sent metal to the system, you will need to do the same as well. So keep that in mind. When you pull your compressor, look and see if you've got metal everywhere. If you do, you're going to need to flush everything. So today's video is on the compressor itself. We're going to get the front right wheel off, get the vehicle safely raised in the air, and take a look at what all we've got to take off. Quick note, you need to remove the refrigerant from your vehicle system. So you do not want to pull this refrigerant line off. With the pressure on the system, it's going to make a mess. It's not going to taste good. It's going to be a bad time. I promise you, it's going to be a bad time. So anyways, it is illegal to pull your stator valve out and let all this stuff go out in the air. Don't do that. It's bad for the environment. Go to a shop. They can recover the refrigerant. And then once you get done with your compressor job, you can go back and they can vacuum and recharge your system for you. So to start out with, we're going to be removing this wheel liner. We'll go ahead and get this thing out of our way. Now to remove this wheel liner, you're going to have a Phillips head here, another Phillips head over here. You'll have some push pins all through up here. You can see some of them on screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a bunch of them. Just look around for push pins. You'll have some on the back side of this fender. And then on the bottom front of your bumper up here, you'll have 3 Phillips head screws holding this wheel liner to your bumper. So get all them out, and this wheel liner should just come right down and out. Alright, I believe we got all the clips out. Move our light right here. And we should be able to roll this wheel liner down, then up and out. Just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and pop this belt off. Your belt tensioner is right here. You can see this little square hole. Use a 3/8 ratchet. Put it in there, and you'll pull it down to get slack. We'll use one hand to get slack on the system, and then another hand to slide the belt off, and then we'll come back easy. Now we can get this belt over and out of our way. Now we're going to go ahead and pull our belt tensioner right here off. It's going to be a little difficult to show this, but it's got 2 13mm bolts holding it on. You've got one about right here, then one right on the other side of this tensioner. So just follow this tensioner up, and you'll see one right in this area and one right over here. Take those 2 out, take the tensioner off. So these 13s are a little tight. You can look through the front of the car and kind of see where to put your ratchet on that. Back one, not a big deal. This front one's a little aggravating. All we're going to do is use our ratchet to break the bolt free, and then we're going to go ahead and take it off so we don't get our ratchet pinned up against our apron right here. I think they're going to be finger tight, so we can take them out now. That, or you get you a 13 wrench to finish taking them out. Alright, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Access is jacked up on this unless we want to take a bunch of junk off. So you're going to have to look up through here to see some of your compressor stuff, and then you're going to have to come up beneath this subframe and the radiator support right here to get to some other stuff. Let's take a look at our compressor so we can kind of get an idea of what our bolts are going to be. Alright, so this is how our compressor is sitting in our car. We've got our 2 bolts going through the front. You're going to have 2 bolts right here going through the back. You have your 2 AC lines, and then you're going to have 2 connectors right here. So this is the front of the car right here. This is your compressor sitting behind the front of the car. So we're going to go in, we're going to take our connectors loose, then we're also going to go in and take our lines loose, and then try to get to these 2 bolts. Alright, we can see our compressor sitting right there. Our 2 bolts going that way, and then our connectors on up there. I can't get a good camera angle of this, but we're going for the 2 connectors. Coming back from the wheel well area, there are your 2 connectors right there. Reach in there and unplug those. So there's a wiring harness that goes up around this compressor. It is clipped into the bracket on the compressor. We want to undo that. So there's your wire going up through there on your compressor. That is the wire you want to clip. It runs down through here. Now we're going to try to take these lines off. You can somewhat see my ratchet handle right there. It's a really tight fit. You're going to have to look up from underneath the car and then come in with your hand this way to get to your refrigerant line bolts. 1 10mm bolt on each line, and then they should come off. Alright, so we got our 2 bolts off the AC lines. They're 10 mils, and went through here with our left arm and then come up between the bottom and the radiator support. Come right up through here with our hand to kind of help hold the ratchet on. And then we just ratchet the bolts out. They're a little aggravating to get to. Now we're going to work on the 2 compressor bolts on that side. And that top one is going to be a pain in the butt. Alright, so we got a ratchet onto our bolt. You can kind of see it there. Let's look from underneath. So as we come around right here, you can see our ratchet. That light is killing everything, but so we've got a 6-inch extension going in, and then when we look up underneath, you can see it on our bolt right up there. That light's not going to kill us. So there's our extension going out to our little 3/8 breaker bar, and that's how we did it. Aggravating this crap to get in there, but you can do it. Alright, so this is what we used to get to that top 14 mil on the side of the compressor. It's just a flexible 3/8 breaker bar with about a 6-inch extension and the 14 mil socket. So now we're back in the wheel well. We've got this 14 here and this 14 here. Now this 14 is blocked by what looks like an oil cooler line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 10 out and see if we can just, since it's got this rubber connection, see if we can just flex it down enough to get these 2 out. And then we're going to try to pull the compressor out through here. I'm not sure if that's going to work. What we'll do is we'll pop this line out of these tabs and just flex it out of the way, and hopefully it comes out. We'll see. So that's what we were wanting. It give us just enough room to get our socket on there with our extension. We'll break this free, get these 2 bolts out, and we'll drop this compressor down a little bit and see if we can go ahead and undo our AC lines. We've got the bolts out of them, but it's tight enough in there that I want to wait till we drop the compressor a little bit to see if it'll give us more room to wiggle those lines loose. There you go. You can see our line back here in the background. Our compressor dropped down quite a bit. We'll go ahead and wiggle both our lines off. There's one right there, another one's further down. We'll get those both wiggled off. You'll want to put something over these if you're going to be away from it for a while. You don't want anything in these AC lines. Got our lines and everything off. Now we're going to fight with it and see if we can get it to come out through here. These clips will just pop up. These things are going to be brittle. Let's see if we can spread this one apart a little bit. Yeah, just like that, and then that'll give us a little bit of wiggle room right there anyways to see if this thing will come out. Hopefully. Let's see what we're hitting on. Our wiring harness is trying to catch. Or is there another clip? Looks like there's going to be another clip. There he is. There's another clip holding that little wire harness we talked about earlier onto the compressor bracket. So let's pop that. Alright. I think it's the same clip we talked about. I think I just managed to pop it back in place while trying to get the bolts out. So we'll rotate our compressor up a little bit. And we'll rotate it again to clear our connectors on that line. And there she is, y'all. She is out. We got a big old hole we got in there. Not sure if you had to take your tensioner loose or not. It was nice being able to get it to move, but may not have had to do it. So we're ready to put our new compressor on, but we're not actually ready yet. We need to make sure we've got the correct amount of oil in this bad boy. Now, the proper way to do this is to drain the oil out of your old compressor, measure it, drain the oil out of your new compressor, and then put however much you got out of your old one into the new one. Don't put the old fluid in the new one, just put the same amount. Just want to clarify that there. So, on this one, this is going to be PAG 46, I believe. You won't get oil out of your return and supply sides or your high and low sides. I didn't anyways. There's a bolt right here on the top. don't know if this bolt is going to be our drain bolt we're wanting. Oh, shoot, there goes our cup. Well, there's nothing coming out of her. We're going to let her sit for a little while and see what happens. So I was really hoping I was going to be able to show y'all the oil draining out of the old compressor, but for whatever reason it's not happening. That's probably the reason this bad boy locked up. Now if you're doing the complete system like we are, which is we're doing the condenser, expansion valve, flush the lines, did all that good stuff, you're going to put your full charge of oil back in. You don't want to put all 3.4 ounces or whatever it is in just your compressor. So you're going to want to put 1 or 2 in the condenser because the dryer is made onto it, and then put some in your compressor as well. You want to kind of spread it out. You don't want it all in your compressor. So anyways, we have got our bolt back on. We're going to put our little plug in here. Once your compressor has oil in it, you want to set it up on its nose for a little while, let the oil drain down in there. Then when we get ready to put this bad boy back on, before we fire the vehicle up, we want to go ahead and rotate this clutch face a few times, 5 to 10 times. That way we know that the oil has moved around inside this compressor. You don't want to fire this compressor up, have it kick in the first time dry without oil being everywhere. So your compressor should have come with some new O-rings. These are going to go in your AC lines right here. We'll get those slapped on real quick. Use a pick to pop the old ones off. So just reach up in there with the pick. And you don't want to dig into your aluminum line. And my pick is too sharp. There we go. Now we're under the O-ring. That one is off. Now we'll go for the little one. Anyways, y'all ain't gotta watch this crap. I'm gonna get these O-rings off. Now they're both off, we'll go ahead and slap the 2 new ones on, and then you're gonna lubricate this with your PAG oil. Alright, so let's see if we can put this compressor back in here. So now we've got our AC lines that are holding us up. Kind of work them out of the way. We'll go ahead and try to get one of our bolts started here to kind of hold our compressor so she don't fall out. Alright, so now that we've got our compressor held in here, but we can still move it a good bit, we're going to go ahead and take our caps off our compressor and put our high and low side lines back into it. Now that we've got our lines on our compressor, we're going to go through and start putting all of our bolts back in. Now you want to start all of your bolts before you tighten any of them, because you're going to need to move your compressor or whatever else to make it easier. Now we'll get all 4 of ours started, and then we're going to start the 2 on the back side we showed earlier. We're going to tighten those 2 first. Those are the hardest to get to. Once you tighten one bolt, sometimes it can make the other ones harder to kind of thread in. So we want to be able to thread the back ones in by hand all the way, and then just come back and tighten them. These front 2 right here are going to be 41 foot-pounds of torque, and then the back 2 are 45 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll go ahead and push this line down a little bit out of our way, get this bolt started, start the other 2 bolts, we'll get them all tightened, and then we'll be back. We'll get everything bolted up. Don't forget to reach back in here, and we've got these 2 connectors we need to plug up. There's our black one. Anyways, while I'm fooling with this, I'm not gonna make y'all watch, but don't forget you got your 2 connectors on your compressor plug up, and then we've got to snap, you can't really see it, but we got to snap this clip for this other harness back into the compressor bracket, that way it stays out of the way. So now that we got all of our connectors back on, we need to put our little bracket right here. Take and push it up and bend y'all's way for a second. put our 10mm bolt right there. We'll come back and tighten it in a second. We'll go ahead and put our line, snap it back down in there, and then snap that side back in there. Don't forget to tighten that bolt right there. Next, if you removed the bracket for this tensioner, we gotta put the bolts back in it. They're 213s. So now we gotta put our belt back on. See if I can do this without being all up in y'all's way. Put a belt diagram on the screen now. Be sure when you're putting your belt on, don't get your fingers between the belts and the pulleys, because if this tensioner slips, it's not going to be fun. Once your belt's on, go through, fill all your pulleys, make sure your belt is seated properly, and then don't forget, we want to spin our compressor a few times to make sure we've got that